not yet. We're going there now.
Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up in the studio. There we go.
Idiots are now assisting.
This was appropriate. Yes, it's kicking off. Yeah. Yeah. We're playing on the radio side. We're playing Joan Baez. They see down. That it was driven down. Get your friggin' flag. No, it says loser like flying a flag. Traitors. Try to be a country. Oh God.
Are we ready to get started, Rhonda?
We're wound up today. We're wound up today. I can tell you that right now. Wound up, wound up, wound up.
So I'm going to zoom into you and let it go for a while. Okay?
Oh, you're going to zoom into me?
Yeah. So
that's on the official feed. My camera doesn't zoom.
I can just get you all moved around here real quick, okay?
I can't get my bottle open. I can't get my bottle open, Henry. Let's say hi. Let's say hi to everybody out there watching. Or you usually get about, what, I don't know, 15, 20,000 people from around the world,
yes,
plus another 60, 70,000 people, maybe even 80 on the radio side. So the show draws about 100,000 people, or 90 to 100,000. It's the station is just doing great. It's been growing steadily. It's one of the longest, oldest streaming stations in the country, as well as here in Colorado. Big following. So Henry, you've done a great job of being a pioneer with the station. So that's cool.
Real pioneer.
A real pioneer. He's so damn old, you know.
I brought my
I'm not saying Henry's old, but he used to babysit Cain and Abel.
It was Jesus.
Oh, went to kindergarten with Jesus. That's it. Yeah, babysat Cain and Abel. I can't open my Corona beer.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm getting depressed.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, you
There's
don't
Susie
worry.
watching. Hi,
Oh,
Susie. Hi,
don't you
Susie
worry
Lieber. Hi,
about me.
Susie Lieber. Oh, there. Oh, Henry's got one with him. It figures. We're going to share Corona today. We're going to share the Corona.
Figures.
There we go. We're going to share the Corona.
I'm almost done. Hang in there. Okay.
Woo!
Just hang in
Oh,
there.
Henry, I hate it when that happens.
What? What happened? Oh my freaking God. Just leave it right there. Just
Oh,
leave it right
no.
there. I got some stuff.
We got some stuff. Here, I got a towel.
Yeah, I got that little tiny thing.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it. There. All right. Henry, you got to get yours going. So what we're going to do today is we're playing great music on the radio side by my friend Steve Nail, who I went to actually went to 6th grade up through school with him, and he loves music, so I asked him to pick some songs, and he's picked some great ones. We're listening to Joan Baez right now on the radio side. We're also listening to, after that is the Monkees with Stepping Stone, followed by, I think, there's just all kinds of folks in there. There's the Stones, there's, I'm trying to remember who I put on there. Tom Petty. There's just all kinds of great music, really great stuff. The Stylistics. So that music side, I'll be posting that in a little bit. I'll be posting that after the show so that you can get it either on my personal Facebook page if you're friends with me, or on the WTF Network Facebook page as well, so you can do that. All right, and we have Jan. Hi, Jan. Lots of people jumping on today. So we're going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff, but mostly, so Henry's working over there on the thing. You want to see what he does? Nobody really knows what he does. I don't know what he does there. There's Henry. He's just playing around doing some damn thing, I don't know, on the computer.
He's playing around. Expose me, right?
Yeah, it's it. I don't know what he's doing. Got to watch that guy, I'm telling you. And I haven't been on for a while because I had to get tested. Well, I had to get tested.
For what?
Well, I was tired. I was exhausted. I just didn't feel like myself. It was like I was completely drained, a little bit sick to my stomach.
So what was the problem?
It was positive. I'm pregnant.
And she looks at me, no. Oh, no.
It's pretty hard at my age to do, you know. I'm just kidding.
Well, it depends on what guy you're with.
No, my plumbing ain't what it used to be, trust me.
Don't make it come back to life.
It ain't what, the old gray mare ain't what she used to be. We gotta play that song, that would be my theme song.
The old gray
mare, she ain't what she used to be.
Hell yes, we're part of St. Baptist.
God. Anyway, no, I actually did have a coronavirus test, and it was negative, thank God. And I'm gonna tell you, if you haven't done it, it's not as bad as they say. People are wusses, and it's evidenced by everybody bitching about wearing this little paper thing. Oh no, I can't do it. Well, if you
Lowell said, "Who did you do with Crocodile Dundee?"
I'm wearing my hat today. Lowell said, who'd I do it with to get pregnant? Crocodile Dundee.
It's the hat.
That's what I do. Typed a Facebook in. It's the hat. Look at my hat. I'm wearing my fun hat today. I'm gonna take it off in a minute. But this was gonna kick the show off because it's been a long
Kick the
time.
what?
Kick the show.
Oh,
off.
the show. I thought you said something else.
Kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. I can say that because it's internet.
Oh yes. Well, that's the wrong words. I've been hearing all these new words. It's streaming.
Oh, streaming.
Yes,
Okay,
the
that's right.
internet is no
The stream,
longer.
because we're called the stream.
Yeah, it's no
too.
longer a part of it.
That's
The
right.
internet, that used to be when it was first started out. They used to talk a lot about that.
Get your beer. Let's have a drink.
Just give me a second. Just
Get it open up here, Henry. Let's share the Corona. Please.
I got you on that one, didn't
I know. I was like, no, I already did that on mine. All right, he got his beer opened up. There we go.
It's a human. I love you, man.
Did you ever do this when in years gone by when people would drink? I didn't because I wasn't on the air then, but they would drink on the air to prove that you get drunk and you shouldn't drive your car. I think.
Now, does this mean I have Corona?
Yes, we have Corona right here in the studio with
Nobody's
us.
ever done this before, right?
Done what?
Have Corona?
Have Corona on the air? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I went to my dealer, the one I buy drugs from.
Uh-huh.
I was looking for some COVID-19.
This is my dealer hat.
He ran out of COVID-19. And I don't know where to get it anymore.
No.
Do you know where I can get it?
Yeah, sure, right? We're gonna get it in here because we're sitting next to each other. No, I'm gonna actually take off this stuff in a second. I
Well,
just
I'm
wore
not a
this
carrier.
because
I'm
when
not
I
a
wear these
carrier.
glasses and sometimes my hat or my new hair, with my haircut like this, see, my daughter says, "Oh, guess what, Mom? You look really nice. You look like a poorer, fatter, older version of the Kardashian mom." Thanks.
Oh my God, did you believe it?
Thanks, kid.
You went and looked in the mirror. Right away.
Thanks, kid. I can put my hat back on. I'll take off the glasses, though, because that's rude.
Now, how did you get this Kool-Aid into these bottles?
This is, actually, it was a urine test. Did you actually drink it? Because I didn't. I was faking.
These are urine tests.
Yeah. No.
No, you tell me. This is urine.
Yeah.
For the Corona test.
That's right.
You got it in there somehow.
Yeah. Well, actually, here's the deal. I just thought we should, enjoy a beer.
Urine tastes kind of...
Kind of like hops.
That's why you're drinking it.
It's kind of like hops. Well, there's been nothing going on in the last few weeks. Oh, there's the bottle's right in front of me. Look at that. Like I'm talking into it. Hello. Hello, bottle.
Hello,
But,
crazy.
but there's been nothing going on, right, while I've been gone?
Let's talk about your hat.
What about my hat? You like it?
Oh, did I tell you, we're throwing this big old event. People have been kind of looking down on us for it, but it's going to be a very big event. We have 7 bands, 3 of them are
7 bands,
3 of them are national,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to have it in this one. We rented this big old huge facility. It's like a ranch kind of thing, and we're going to invite all these people. No masks are required. You can come in there. We'll just test you. Everybody's going to be tested, but it'll hold 10,000 people.
You're not doing that, seriously?
No, you believe me?
I was going to kill you.
She's like looking at me like, whoa.
I'm like, holy crap, I am not. I am absolutely
bought
not going to that. I don't know what the station does. No way, no way,
I
no
said
way.
that before somebody else, they were like, huh? What? I was even saying it
Hey,
on.
my niece is watching. Say hi to Erin.
Erin Nicole,
Yes,
how are you?
hi, I love you, honey. Okay.
This is really your auntie?
Yes.
How do you pronounce it, aunt or auntie?
Well, it depends on what part of the country you're from, but I
Okay,
believe
but
she calls me aunt. So anyway,
I
that's
call you-
Erin. She's
you're
wonderful.
You're my auntie.
Auntie, okay. But she is wonderful. That's my little niece. She's beautiful too. If you saw her, your tongue would be on the ground.
She would think I'm wearing a cute little pink tie.
Yeah.
God, it's a cute pink tie.
Yeah, I know. She's beautiful. And inside and out. Hi, Erin, honey. So anyway, nothing's been going on, right? We can talk about...
Well, there's a lot going on,
Yeah.
actually. So we're going to be doing here at KUHS several big things. We're going to do a great big forum, and it's going to include Latino, Hispanic, Native, and also Asian.
Excellent. Now, do you need any people from the Native community? Because I have a lot of friends that are Sioux up at Pine Ridge and part of the teepee
We
Rangers.
already got a lot of people.
Okay.
We got 3, we may need 1 more.
Because I can get an elder or somebody.
Yeah, maybe get an
Yeah.
elder, but I've got a total of 2 of them. One's a big writer, he's got a big online magazine, it's a national magazine.
Good.
And I've got 2 Asians, I've got some people from the Spanish Latino community, but we're going to talk about all the different things that are going on.
Oh, my goodness, isn't it? Uh-oh. Oh, he's going to throw up. Oh. Here, use your mask.
You've been buying everything I'm putting out there, right? Well, you started with the corona urine test.
Well, that's, I don't know.
Gotcha. And so, the other one is Charlie Pacello's putting on this huge thing for all the veterans, and it's also a national thing. It's going to be a 10-part series, and that's going
to be great for the veterans.
It's going to be huge.
He's wonderful.
And they've
that
got
way.
some international, worldwide renowned doctors that are going to be on there.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be really good.
They're going to try to analyze Henry and figure out what the
They
hell is wrong
tried-
with him. They
yeah,
keep trying, but they
right.
can't
They
figure
put
it
him on one
out.
of those CAT scans, and it broke. It busted.
Marty Robbins on the radio
You
side.
like Marty Robbins?
Yeah, what's that big gun? Remember that? Or big guy? The town of Alfredo. Steve picked it. It's
Remember
good.
the other song, Big John? Big Bad John.
I have a remake of that.
Big John.
I have a remake.
Is it for females?
No, it's for my husband. I made a remake.
Big Bad John. Big John. Big Bad John. All the females bought it.
No.
Yeah, okay, go on.
I'm just kidding.
Go on. No, you're not.
There's
Go
Royce.
on.
Hi, Royce. God, we're going crazy today.
You are.
I am. It's been too long since I've been here, so I missed you.
Yeah, sure.
I really did.
You've been, where you been? I mean,
I've been all over the
You have
place.
somebody else in your life?
I do, Henry. I'm sorry.
You know how many
Cheating.
times I was told that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Henry. I found somebody better, nicer, richer, cuter, younger.
A lot of guys hear that too, you know?
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think guys leave women more than women leave guys?
I think it's probably mutual. I mean, probably about the same.
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
I think it's the women. They're always
I think women
breaking
dump
men's
guys
hearts.
more than.
Oh, yeah, they're
I
always
don't know. What do
breaking
you
men's
guys
hearts.
think? Let's get some votes on that. Do more men dump women, or more women dump men?
If you want the corona,
Uh-huh. It's good.
it's urine.
It's urine.
That was pretty good. I like that.
You liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought that was great.
I don't know. You asked me. I don't know what to tell you.
How'd you get that in there? It's urine, Henry. It's urine.
We just pretend. Oh Lord. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy few weeks. I'm really dismayed with a lot of the stuff that's been going on in terms of presidents pardoning people that testified against him, and leaving war heroes to be forced to resign from people harassing them, and it's we're just living in the most corrupt government this nation has ever had.
Yes.
And
Big time. He's like
big
a
time.
thug.
Yeah, he is. He's a thug. And it's very evident. And thank God, I really have gained, I never respected him before, but I truly have gained a tremendous respect for Mitt Romney.
Oh, I thought you were going to say somebody else.
I really have. I mean, he's got big ones, folks. And he's standing up and he's talking. And so I think it's wonderful.
He's got what?
Big ones. Big hands.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Unlike Trump's little hands. Trump's little bitty, tiny, little.
He's got a little duck. I said duck. Good
I did,
God. You eyeballed me right away.
I was waiting to see
You
what
say
you were
this is
going to
a
say.
family program.
It is a family program, as long as your family hates Trump. Otherwise, get off. We don't care. We don't
Get
care.
off. That is too funny.
God, that's not funny.
Rhonda, will people pay for a virtual concert?
I don't know. I suppose it depends on who's doing it and how personal it is. But I don't see why they would, because you could go on Netflix or anything else and get old concerts and old things
Yeah,
that were
you could always
aired,
watch them.
You can always watch those. And videos on YouTube with their songs individually.
And do you
I
think
wouldn't.
the X-rated sites have gone up in this pandemic time?
I don't know, because if everybody's home, then people know what they're doing, so it might not be,
I know, that's what I thought. They said that is going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't either, but there's a lot of shootings going on lately. everybody's going crazy, right?
They got out of the house and they went nuts. It was fine when everybody was locked in. There was no crime, there was no nothing. I think the divorce rate's gonna go through the roof
You
pretty
think
soon.
so?
Oh, God, yeah, people have been stuck inside with a bunch of people they think are a-holes.
Well, I kinda
They're not gonna like it.
Yeah, I kind of messed up. Okay, well, I didn't mess up, I just did something. I told my wife that on the news they were saying that social distancing has increased to 75 feet. So I was measuring it between us. I don't know why she got upset.
Oh, Lord.
She goes, Henry, it's not 75 feet. She says 75 itty bitty micro mini. I didn't say that.
Okay, that's good. That's good you didn't say that, Henry. Jeez. But I don't know. So anyway, we'll have to see. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get on a rant and then we'll talk about some other stuff. But here's my rant. I'm in the studio.
Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm in the studio.
Okay, wait a second.
Oh, I'm going to kill you. That's it. That's my rant. Henry's dead. I'm in the studio, so we're not doing this because I think you can hear us, but it would be a little bit difficult to do so. But normally, when I am not in here, I am wearing this all the time because I don't want to infect others in case I get it, and I don't want others to infect me. And I am really sick to death of selfish babies that are wimps that think that a little teeny piece of cloth is going to make them not be able to breathe when doctors and nurses are wearing 2 and 3 of these at a time for 8 hours a day on their feet, and none of them have died yet of carbon monoxide, failure to breathe, whatever. If you can't wear this, either you have panic attacks and you need mental health, or you are an absolute idiot and selfish. So there you go.
Well, I never.
That's my,
I'll wear one, okay?
That's my rant. And my second rant for the day.
Well, I'm going to wear the Victoria's Secret ones.
That's okay. That's fine with me. Just cover your damn face.
I will. That's easy with the Victoria stuff.
And another
Victoria's
rant
Secret.
that I'm going to go on pretty soon is the fact that, quit trying to justify the Confederate flag and Confederate statues that are clearly treasonous by nature and oppressive to our fellow citizens. And I have no love, no friendship, no anything for people who will support the Confederate cause. And that's what it is. We beat them once. They're traitors, they're losers. The statues, 90% of them went up after the Civil War, decades after the Civil War, as a way to impose oppression on people who were newly freed and did not want them to come to certain parts of town, and they wanted to show their dominance because the poor little white boys in the South couldn't take the fact that maybe that black people were equal to them. Oh my God. So quit bitching about it, tear them down. Hopefully the cities will do it. If the cities don't listen, I don't blame the public for taking them down. It's not our history. It's not nothing. Our history is in books. Our history is taught. Our history is in the congressional record of the United States. We don't need a statue put up, some of them as late as 1970, that remind people of slavery, rape, torture, taking babies from mothers, of all the horrible things that they do. Putting people in cages. Oh, that's today. Oh, no. Oh, wait, that's on the border. We don't need that, and we don't need dog whistles of a racist that's the President of the United States. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to move on.
But there's one more thing. He went up to South Dakota and said that nobody's taken down those monuments, which are those heads on the
But
side
they
of the
didn't even
mountain.
go up there until,
Well, he just was up there.
yeah, I know. I mean, the
And
monument.
then he moved all the natives off of their own land in their backyard and, towed their cars, and they're like, get out of here, what are you doing on our property? And they did it anyway.
Well, not only that, do you know the song that he played, one of the songs when he came on stage, you know what it was? It was the march that Custer used for his men.
I know, this is all.
So he
nonsense.
used a march music that was for Custer when that he
On their
played
land, and-
now on their land in a contentious time to
And
rub
he
it in
was
their face,
contentious.
and he knew exactly. Nobody in marketing or PR doesn't know the music they select or the symbols that they use. He knew exactly
All of it.
what he was doing. He is a vile pig. Okay, that's it.
I heard somebody else call him a pig too. It's like a vile pig, yeah. It's like, how did he get in there?
You know, all right, so I gotta get off that because I'm angry and I don't want to spend the whole show
You were
being
looking at me funny.
Henry, I know, I just can't take it. I mean, honestly, I can't take it anymore. I just have no,
Well, this forum
Nothing.
we're putting together, you're going to really love.
Oh.
You're going to love this forum. It's coming up this Thursday, 4 p.m. Tune in to KUHSdenver.com. It will be on all the different platforms that we incorporate with our studio stream. And it's going to be big because there's going to be so many great names on there. They're going to be Asian, Native Americans, Latino, Hispanics, all just talking about the past, the present, and the future.
Future. And then Sue Weaver said, put up football coach statues and the South will all reunite around them. That's about right. Oh,
it was
God.
with the statue thing. That was the meeting, like you said, so it
It was,
demonstrates.
Yeah, it was to demonstrate oppression, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and white supremacy. And I have no time for that because I'll tell you what.
But now,
What's
I
wrong?
want to ask you this. Why did they use the color to describe, humans? Because there's no real color. I mean,
It's pigment, yeah.
yeah, it's like there's no real white, but there's no real black, because everybody's like brown or different.
Yeah, I mean,
colors.
otherwise we'd look like this. I don't think that quite makes it, you know? That's
you're
pretty
too-
ugly.
you're too pretty.
That's pretty ugly.
I always tell you that you're real pretty.
You always flatter me. Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
You're real pretty too.
I knew she was going to say that. I just knew she was going to say that. You're a pretty boy.
Pretty boy, Henry.
I just knew she was.
I'm gonna tell you who's
say
pretty. My husband's pretty.
that. Is he pretty?
He's a pretty boy. Yeah.
Is that because you're going to do the Big Bad John thing?
His song, his theme.
Big John.
Big Bad John. No.
Come here. His name is Patty, but she calls him Here, John. Come here.
No, he got his teeth finally capped because he had some problems, and they just look great. They look so cute, like he did when he was 18.
And so now you're kissing the heck out of him.
That's right. I can't stop.
And so you're doing those passionate kisses that you always have done.
How would you know?
Word on the street.
Oh, word on the street, huh? Word on the street. There's Joni. Hi, Joni. The word on the
He just
street.
looked at me.
All right. That's good. Hey, we think we should look up some oddities, maybe, because we'll get off. We have to get off the political topics, so or my head will explode. And get
Why
on to
does that
something
say
fun.
deny? They're denying you from getting you on your own computer.
No, I'm denying them from sneaking up and spying on me.
Oh.
That's what I don't like. I don't like when they spy on you through the computers. And I don't like the 5Gs, and they're going to put those into the vaccines, and they're going to put them in our arms, and then the 5G waves are going to be tracked by, what's his name, Bill Gates, and then there's Antifa and the deep
What does
state.
Antifa mean?
Okay,
I don't
and the
know.
world is flat, and let's see what else. I don't like any of that stuff. It's just like ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, let's go here, and I'm really tired of dumb people. I guess that's what I should say. I'm tired of dumb people. You can have an opinion, it can be different than mine. Just don't fill us with stupidity, like airplane trails and lizard people and, I don't know. It's like, I'm so tired of them. These people are just among us. They just walk around and they're, ugh.
That's mean.
Yeah, I know. God. I am not tired of Mitt Romney. I've decided he's the new guy that I love.
Mitt Romney.
And I'm going to tell you something. He stood up. All these people are professing to be Christian, and then they're supporting very unchristian-like things, such as locking children in cages and doing all these things. And Mitt Romney is the only one that had the moral and religious principles to stand up and say, this is wrong. And he just did it again. And so the world of respect to that man and for what he believes in. I mean,
And
honestly.
the other guy I really think is good is the mayor of New York City. He is just flat out telling the
Oh, yeah.
this guy that's in that power office all the crap that needs to be done. And he says it like it is. I really like the
Yeah,
way
I
he
do
does.
too. I like him. I like the Cuomo brothers.
Yeah, he's
We should elect them.
Yeah, he's outspoken. He'll just come out and say it like it is.
They're cute.
Oh, Big Bad John, Big
Big John. All right, so I've got AP News up here. Let's see if there's any news that's not politically related that would be fun to talk about today. All right, let's see.
They're just killing people off with this coronavirus, aren't they?
Oh, I know they are. Topics, come on. Oh, this is slow, isn't it? Maybe I'm not on your site.
You're on yours at home.
No, I'm on yours. Okay, so we're going to go to oddities because there's a number of things that come through the press feed, and they're really funny. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about that one. Okay, pandemic leads 7-Eleven to forego free Slurpees. What else can coronavirus take away? I have to wear a mask. I can't breathe when I wear it. And now I can't have a Slurpee.
Now that you're saying that, can I just put something in to interject right here? I was over at King Soopers the other day, right? And I was shopping for some things. I was reaching up on the counter. This gal comes by. She reaches up. As she reached up, her mask fell off. She goes, God, that's almost like my boobie falling out. No, ma'am.
Did you start laughing?
Yeah,
I would have died.
I told her, did you just say that to me? She goes, uh-huh.
That's
Because, like,
funny.
it falls off and you think, never mind.
That's funny. I'm listening to the music feed right now, and Stylistics are on. This is all on the music side. They're all songs picked by Steve Nail, my friend. He's got Stoned in Love. I love that song. And he picked a great song there. So that's what's on there. And then I will be posting that music feed for those of you that are watching the video piece instead of listening. So I'll post that music feed on my page as well as the WTF page after the show today. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? So they killed the Slurpees at 7-Eleven because of the coronavirus. That's enough to make me want to have drink Corona. Okay, good. Thank God.
How come you brought in urine tests?
I did. You can't get over that, can you? I told you that.
I can't believe you did that. You got it in there somehow.
I got it in there. I'm wearing my hat. This is in honor of Starbuds.
I love that.
I love Starbuds.
Kind of hold it down and we'll do a zoom in on her hat.
On my hat.
Now watch, check this out. Check this hat out. Look at it at the top.
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I have to grow up. Are you zooming in?
That's a quick zoom in. Let's see, we'll get it here in a
You
second.
getting it? I'll just do this.
Just hang in there for
I'm
a
hanging
second.
in there.
Hang in there.
I'm hanging in there.
Give me a couple of more seconds. There it
Okay, he's
goes.
zooming in on the
It-
station camera is what he's
Yeah,
doing.
it takes a while. It's
Takes a
delayed.
while.
17
Okay.
seconds.
Is it there? Oh, 17 seconds? I gotta hold my head like this?
Yes.
I haven't sat still for 17 seconds in the minute I was born.
There it goes. There it goes. It's zooming in. now.
Zooming in, there it is.
There it is. Can you see that on her hat? No, keep still. There, I zoomed in further.
You got it?
And look at that beautiful hat. It's got a
Got a little nature-loving symbol.
nature loving.
It is, for those of you who love nature. It's, you know,
Okay, we'll back out now again. So.
it's part of Whole Foods.
Isn't that delayed? Now you can even look at
Oh
yourself.
yeah, I can see myself. Don't I look terrible? Don't ever go that close on me again. Oh my God.
I did your hat. You're looking down.
Thank God, never,
See, look
never
at you
on my
looking
face.
down, see,
You know,
so-
when you used to be good looking, they used to say people were a 10. I never really was quite a 10, but you know, but you went from like a 10. Now we're old. We went to a 10-footer. You know, it's like, and it really works out really well for coronavirus. People can't get that close to you. They can't see your wrinkles. This is all the positive stuff. We're going to talk about the good stuff with corona. The good stuff is people have to stand 6 feet away, so they can't see your wrinkles.
You know the fun thing I like doing? I like to wear my mask, you know, if I'm shopping, going anywhere, and I like to just put this on for fun. Sir? Yeah, but I have the mask on, I'm pretending like that's how it sounds, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so I pull my mask down, can you hear me now?
Oh, that's bad. I wear my mask. I do have it.
That's bad.
I'm not encouraging people not to wear it.
You
It's
ever
just,
snap how come your ears already? You've been snapping your ears with those,
oh, it just gets in my ear. Can I tell you? There you go. See?
well, those diamonds hold it right in.
That's right. The diamond studs hold it in, so that's it. I was gonna, you know, I could just put the studs through the mask, but anyway, what I was gonna say is just because we're not wearing them in studio doesn't mean you shouldn't wear them out in public and shouldn't wear them when you go out. You need to. So be careful. Oh, the news is coming on there, isn't it? So turn
Yes.
that down, they'll hear me. And then what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna pull up, let me get to topics here. Let's pull up some fun stuff.
Oddities.
Oddities, that's my favorite thing.
News that shouldn't be news, right?
Yeah, this is news that news that should be fake, but it's actually real,
Oh my God.
right? Oh, this is just like taking forever today. Come up. News that should be fake, but it's actually real.
Well, that's King Supers.
I know. I don't know why that came up. That
Because
should be
you
fake.
shop at King Supers.
don't
Hey,
wanna
look at that's
shop.
on sale right now.
Oh, look.
Maybe you could-
Oh, there it is. Here we go. God.
Well, let's shop while we're at it, you know? It's like, can I have some Snapples?
Oh, yes, you can. See, it just pops up all these ads. I hate it. Okay, so let's see if we can find anything
God, I
fun
think
here.
that ad is cool.
I think this one is kind of,
Do you really subscribe to that?
no.
Rhonda, why are you putting up those movie channels?
Big John.
Big Bad John.
Every morning at the warehouse, that's what I used to say to Patty. Every morning at the warehouse, you could see him arrive. He put 5 feet tall, weighed 395. Big Patty, big fat Patty. On the minute the plant said you had to stop, a man can't live long on donuts and pop.
He's watching you.
I know, I'm gonna get home, he's gonna kill me.
Rhonda, come here.
And he's not fat, so that's,
No, I'm just saying.
Dude, he's got a belly.
Rhonda, come here.
he's got a big shed over his tool, that's all. Anyway. He's well, all right, no, wait a minute. We're gonna get back here and do some.
A big shed over his tool.
Well, that's a nice way of saying it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna start using that, but I don't have a big shed over.
Knowing you don't have a big tool.
That's the thing.
That's what your wife said.
She don't say Big Bad John or nothing. She
Big
goes,
John.
Oh, Henry.
That's it.
Oh,
Yours is
Henry.
Oh Henry. That's what I
Yes.
forgot.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so here's kind of interesting. 3 people were on a recreational boat and they were injured, one seriously, after it collided with a giant humpback whale. Okay, you're not going to win unless you're like a cruise ship and you hit a whale.
And even then.
And even then you may have problems. I mean, it's like, oh my God.
Kaboom, you know.
Yeah, so they hit the whale and they got damaged, and the whale's fine, by the way. The whales are like that. Yes, they are.
Yes.
They're fine after they hit you.
After they hit you.
God.
Boom.
We were in Mexico once, and on this, why we got on a boat, because my husband's always looking for a deal, you know, he's going out saying, oh, I can get this deal, and I wanted to go fishing. So instead of getting a regular deep-sea fishing boat, he finds some guy, Manuel, with a little teeny, like 16-foot boat, and he takes it out in the ocean with us, and they have fishing poles. I have a pop can that's got string around it, and we're just going to fish in the bay, right? And I'm still like very nervous about this, and the guy comes up, and over the top of our boat, literally, a whale jumped. It went right over us. It went into the, I was
Oh,
like,
my Lord.
turn around, go back.
Please.
Go back now. When your boat
Was
is
it huge?
It was huge. I mean, it was way longer than our boat.
Huge.
There were sharks about the size of our boat out there, too.
That whale knocks over the boat and you're in with the shark.
Well, they were fishing for shark, and
Oh, my gosh.
and so we were seeing them pull them up. And so I said, well, how deep do they fish? They said 6 feet below the water. So 6 feet below the water, they're putting hunks of meat on these big buoy things, and they're catching sharks. And people that don't know what the buoys are on there standing those on board things with a sail, and they're going around and around the buoys. And I'm like, this is Mexico. They don't warn you. It's not that you're...
Orale, hita,
If they fell in, they'd literally be a foot above where the sharks were
Oh,
coming
my
in to
gosh.
eat the water, this stuff. And that was the last time I went in the water, because I knew they were chumming off the shore where people were swimming. It was like, yeah, right, that's great. That's great.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, police reel in, this is a great one. I just want to know why most of the weird stuff happens in the South. It just does. Okay? By the way, I gotta say hi. There's Sandy Vatcher Langdon. Hi, Sandy. And Lynn Turnbull was on. That's balls. You love that. I know you love her.
Yes, I know you love balls.
He does. He loves balls. He's gone.
Rhonda, Shaya.
That's her nickname. I can't help it.
Yes.
And you know it's not nasty. It's from
No,
her
I
last
didn't say it
name.
was nasty.
Turnbull, and
There's
everybody
no
just called
such
her
thing
Ball.
as that being nasty. Whoever
Okay.
said that was nasty?
I just want you to know.
What
Right.
woman has ever said that was nasty?
I just want you to know that that's not a nasty
Look at me in the
nickname.
eye without laughing. Even.
I need another drink. I need some more Corona. This is my vaccine. We're becoming vaccinated. All right. This is the first vaccine. It was released this week. Go out and get some. Drink it. And you want to know something? If the President of the United States said this,
Vaccine.
people would do it. They'd be like, oh, okay.
They would
That's a
get
vaccine.
rich, yeah,
I'm
you-
fine.
yeah,
I'll
so-
drink the bleach. Oh, yeah, and I'll drink this.
Well, I've been drinking, they said lighter fluid with antifreeze does it.
Oh, that would probably do it.
I tried that the other night.
Trump said that.
I got
Trump
a little,
came out
I was a little sick,
and
but
said
it
you can make
worked.
a cocktail. Lighter, and, yeah, he came, didn't you see him say that in a press conference?
yes.
So all of you people that support him, he said that in a press conference.
All you people that support
Go
him,
give
do
it a try.
Give it a try. Please.
Please. Anyway, and before November. If you can manage to do it. All right,
Just
anyway,
do it. We'll pay
police
for it.
reel in a Louisiana man captured swimming in a fish tank.
Oh, my God.
Okay, in a fish tank. So what happened was, this guy was a TikTok star, decided, it said that if he got 2,000 likes for something, he'd jump in the fish tank at Bass Pro Shop and swim around. So he did. He jumped in the fish tank at Bass Pro Shop, and he got arrested. That's that. Okay. And then this guy was caught. I saw this video. It was really amazing. Grabbing a shark at a Delaware beach. So
Oh, my gosh.
well, what happened was the shark was hooked on a hook or something. And this guy got in, grabbed the shark, opened his mouth, took the hook out. I'm like, and then he was done.
Crocodile
Then he was done. I mean, oh my God, that's a brave guy right there.
Jesus
Hey, there's
Christ.
Jackie. Hey, Jackie. But-
Well, it's actually Jacqueline Sue Robertson.
Yes, Jacqueline.
Yes.
But
Let's just
we
give
call her Jackie.
I know, but let's
And
just give her.
she's a beautiful woman. Okay,
Oh,
just so you know. So you're lucky to be talking to her.
Sue Robinson.
See how you said your name? Say it in Spanish. Jacqueline Sue Robinson.
He's gonna make me cry in Spanish.
He stopped for a minute.
Well, you're gonna make me cry in Spanish.
Hey, let's see
now.
who's on there from the national camera and say hi to
Sure.
them. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for Around the World. We appreciate it. Oh, Henry lost it. No, he didn't. Okay. I'll be looking for this. Okay. Woman sues for a paternity test on goats.
Oh. Okay.
Did she think the goat was the father of her kid or something? I'm not sure what this is. She says, hi, I miss you. I'm not sure what this is.
You miss me?
You-
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline.
Say your name in Spanish again.
Jacqueline.
We're just giving him a hard time. Did you hear about in Colombia, there's a dog in one of the towns in Colombia, and he's a little chocolate lab, and the local grocery store trained him, and he brings the groceries to people all through the town, so they don't have to have any human contact. They just go, and he drops the groceries off, and he gets a treat, and he goes back home. Isn't that cool? And so he delivers in that little neighborhood, all over the neighborhood, which is wonderful. Okay, so let's see. No kidding around, a woman does sue for a test on goats. So she filed a lawsuit test on her goats or a refund because she doesn't think they're the right kind of goat or the right patronage that she got charged for. I thought, thank God it was that. I really thought maybe she had a baby and thought the goat was the dad. You know?
Well, I see now.
Cass is watching.
Cass
I love
Clayton.
her. Her music is so good. Oh my goodness.
Jacquelina. Mira nomás, Jacquelina. You want me to talk to you? Oye, Jacquelina.
Oh, now you speak Spanish.
All the way from Rio de Janeiro,
Take this
from
off.
Nigeria, San Martin, California, Casablanca, New Jersey.
Oh, look at all these people. Wow.
Mhm.
I can't even say that one. Marga ha hu kana kana huna jawa bara.
And that's from Estonia.
Where is that? I don't even know. California, Estonia, okay.
This one's from Greece.
Greece, Istanbul.
Mhm.
We got them from all over the world. That's awesome. Greece, Istanbul, Italy, Nigeria, San Martin, California. That's wonderful. Let's see, Athens. Wow.
Athens.
Athens, I
That's
should say. That's
Greece.
right. Oh, I thought it was
Atiki.
Athens, Illinois. It's Athens, Greece.
It's a tiki Athens.
There you go. Well, we've got them from all over the world today. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And like we said, we'll do our best to get them out. So please don't hate us any lot more. we need partners around the world. All right. Someone said the other day, and I think it was very true, that the Republican Party, which I was a member of until actually about 4 years ago, that and I will not anymore, that because it doesn't exist, it's a nationalist party now. And I think that's what we're seeing the results of, is a nationalist party. So I'm hoping that the traditional Republicans come back with their own Republican Party after they get rid of, after Trump, or even if they keep him, but just get rid of it, because it's a nationalist party and we don't have a Republican Party anymore. So I'd like to see it come back, because it was nice when we had a system that kind of worked together.
Yeah, it kind of worked.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We didn't always agree on everything. I was, like I said, I was a lifelong Republican until I was 60 years old, and I switched.
And now you're what,
And
58?
Yeah, that's it. And I didn't vote Republican the last couple of times. After Bush, I quit. It was like, that's it.
I'm done.
I can't give any more chances.
These two parties, I think they're one and the same. They're the right wing, the left wing, they're on the same bird.
That's about right, I think.
And it's like
It's time for a third party, really.
Yeah, it's like,
Something in the middle, something that works for everybody.
What do you think should be a good name for it?
Oh, what would be a good name for a third party? I don't know. Let's ask the listeners. If you got any ideas, send them in either on my Facebook page or on the station.
On the feed here.
Let's, that's a good question to ask the viewers and the listeners. Well, let me see what's on the radio side. Honky Tonk Woman and the Stones. God, that's a great song. Put it up, put it up. This is what we're playing on the radio feed. That's good. I love that song.
You like the Honky Tonk Woman?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
We used to always go out and dance to this song.
Oh, yeah, yes, everything.
And all these guys would come up to Rhonda and says, you want to dance? You want to dance? Then the one cute guy would come up, you want to dance? And she goes, yeah. And he was actually talking to her friend. Oh, no, not you.
I will tell you that I never
That's-
said no to dancing.
That happens to me a
I
couple
never
of
said no to
times.
dancing.
You'd be waving at somebody, or you think they're waving at you, and you start waving
Yeah,
back.
and they don't. The person behind you, I don't do that. But no, I will tell you, my mother told me when I was little, and I always stuck by it, that a lady never refuses a gentleman to dance. It's just a dance. It's like, it's not gonna kill you, it's not gonna, nothing, it's just a dance. And so whenever I was asked to dance, even if the guy was a little bit,
And you look at me when you say
a
that.
little bit like you, I would say
Knew
yes.
it. Okay, so.
Sue says, let's wipe out parties and we can go with morals and ethics. Yeah, that would be helpful. The M&E party instead of the S&E party, the S&M party that we have
Yes,
now.
what S&M party?
Yeah, that's-
You go to S&M party?
And that's what Trump has. He's sadistic.
You just said you go to S&M
No, I
parties.
said that we have.
See, I don't have
But we need a new party, so
Yes.
let's figure out a name for this new party.
We're coming up with, she's got one that's M&E.
M&E, so that's morals and ethics. That sounds good, but who's,
Yeah.
yeah. And what else?
We can go with, how about, no. Let me give
He's
us some
thinking,
thought.
he can't think.
He can't think.
How about this? It's coming, it's coming.
It's coming.
Women rule, men drill party.
Women rule.
And men drill.
Men rule.
What do you think?
They always have.
They always have.
Yeah, we already know that.
Okay.
So you gotta know, this is one thing I always wanna say. Women are the queens of this whole thing. And they rule, and as they get older, they get this power that just comes over men. They can just do anything they want with a man, with any man, if they just put their power to use. It's
Yeah,
the
except
femininity
get
power.
paid the same and get a promotion.
Oh, no, they can get paid the same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So other than that.
Depends on how high up the hierarchy you are as a call girl.
Oh, that's it. Oh, God, Henry, that is it.
I couldn't wait
That is
to-
it.
I'm sorry.
That
I'm sorry.
is
See,
it.
my queen, I'm sorry.
That is it. Yeah, women can do anything men can do except get paid the same and have the same,
Put the bottle down.
except get paid the same, get promotions the same, and let's see what else. Oh, I know. We shouldn't have the rights to our own bodies either. That's just horrible that we'd be able to make decisions about our own bodies.
Well, you don't know how to handle your own body.
Yeah, we don't know how to handle ourselves,
Right.
that's what it is, yeah.
You always let us men handle it. If they know how to
Makes
handle
sense.
it. Most of them don't. That's why you have to sing the song, Big Bad John.
Big John, Big Bad John.
No, this.
No, I didn't finish the show, I didn't finish the song, so
Oh, yeah.
after the man at the warehouse said he had to stop, right, remember that song? Get back the donuts and pop, then it's, let's see. One day he started to shiver, I gotta pick this up, started to shiver and he started to shake, when he hit the ground, it felt like an earthquake. Big Patty, Big
Oh
Bad
my
Patty.
gosh, you just
So they dug a hole and they dropped him in and he still had glaze oozing down his chin. Big Patty, Big Bad Patty.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
I'm not.
I think I should have the music behind me so I can
Yes.
actually do that.
Go.
You know, I don't have the music. See,
Jeez.
I would sing it to the music.
That's pretty good, Rhonda.
That was the rest of his song, I forgot to finish it. So there was a roaming mountain lion that got caught in downtown, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
San Francisco. A
Nice.
mountain lion in San Francisco. I mean, that happens in Boulder and around here all the time, but San Francisco? I mean, there hasn't been a tree that's not like surrounded by cement there in 100 years.
Jesus.
A young mountain lion that had been spotted sleeping in a planter box along a normally busy street, looking at as reflection in the glass of an office tower in downtown.
So he was
running
checking
around.
himself out.
He's like,
Yeah.
Probably
So his guns in.
probably looking for pussy cats. Pussy cats.
Oh.
That's what I said.
I hear you.
He's looking for pussy cats.
You almost launched me into the abyss.
I knew it. You would start yelling before I even
No,
said
I
it.
didn't. I almost went into the abyss on that. I mean, you got to understand. my feelings.
I said pussy cat.
Yeah.
All right.
Got you.
All right. Just want you to make sure you know that.
I did it.
All right.
I was
anyway.
ready for you.
I know it. Okay, let's see what this one.
You didn't buy that at all.
There was an alligator in Kansas.
Okay, pussycats in San Francisco. She looked at me kind of funny.
Pussy cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And alligators in Kansas.
Yes. So there's big giant pussy cats in where was San Francisco.
What about both?
It's the beer. Let's have some more.
Yes, this is the antibodies for
This is
corona.
This is the vaccine.
It actually isn't. This is.
God, that's good. I haven't had a beer in a while.
What did you call this?
I had one yesterday. Actually, I lied. Okay, I haven't had one in a while. I had one yesterday when I was golfing.
And so this actually is the anti-venom of the corona.
Yeah, this is it. You drink enough of this, you won't get corona.
Well, how many do you have to drink so you don't get corona?
I think a 6-pack a day.
A day?
A day. Yeah.
Not an hour?
No,
or?
just a day. Just a 6-pack a day. Okay, so anyway.
How are you able to buy this?
Let's see what's on here. Oh, yeah, we're okay. I just want to make sure. All right, so here we go. Officials seek to nab an alligator spotted in a Kansas creek. What was that? That was weird. One of the things in the studio just went. Okay, so anyway, let's see what happened here. So authorities in Kansas have closed a trail around a creek. As they say, there's like a 5-foot, I know it's 5 foot, yep, alligator spotted there. The alligator, let's open this one up so we can do the whole story. Now, here's the rest of the story. The 5-foot alligator is believed to be one of 2 stolen from a pet store in northeastern Kansas in the city of Manhattan last weekend. Look at this. This thing just flipped off on me. Anyway.
It's flipping you off?
It's flipping me off, yeah. I don't know why. It just jumped up with something I don't want. Anyway, alligators believed to be one of 2 stolen from a pet store. First of all, why is a pet store selling a 5-foot alligator? That should be illegal. Only in places like Kansas. And what, the farmers have nothing to do? They're going to put an alligator out?
You might as well, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's right. You know, hey, there's nothing else to do here. We're going to grow some sunflower
How did
seeds
they
and
get
corn
the
and have an alligator.
Yeah, how did they get the alligator way over there?
I don't know. So it must have escaped. Somebody saw it while they were walking on Wednesday, and then they responded, and they circled the creek, and they're trying to catch a 5-foot alligator. That could do some damage. A 5-foot alligator?
That's big.
That's why does somebody have
Well,
that?
maybe not. Because if I was there, I would have had that alligator and made me some boots. I made you a purse. Maybe a knee hat, you know,
You would have wrestled him to ground with your bare hands,
yes,
right?
and then I would have had some alligator soup. I would have all kinds of things. I'd make me an alligator tooth necklace and stuff.
You would not. You
Never.
Crocodile Dundee. That's what you're going to be. Yeah,
You're buying that.
Yeah.
He looks at me like,
He's not Crocodile Dundee. He's a croc of
Croc of Dundee.
croc of doo doo.
Oh, geez.
Croc of Dundee. That's what he'd be. Hey, it's Croc of Dundee. Dundee.
Croc of Dundee. Croc of Dundee.
No way. Hey, would we get any good suggestions besides Sue's on the name of our third party for president?
Well, I haven't seen none yet.
Think Biden will pick me for vice president?
I think he would, but the only thing, here's the how you do something like that. Pick you for vice president, right?
Yeah.
And then just act out like you have a real serious health problem, and let you take over.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be a smart idea? And get a female in there as president. Yeah. I'd be a little concerned about having you as president, though.
Why? I'm
because
smart.
You've got this corona
habit
antidote.
I know.
And
I would share it. As president, I would use my bully platform to let everyone know that they should drink Corona beer, bleach, and spray Lysol on their bodies, and not wear masks in public, and magically, the virus will go away, because we only have 15 cases, and it magically will disappear. One day we'll just get up, and it'll be gone.
So let all the kids go back to school, but not the NFL.
Well, yeah.
You know, so why is he wanting all the kids back in school?
Because they've been trying for years to defund the public education system. The teabagging pieces of crap have been trying to do that forever. So he's trying to put them back in there. And
everybody gets mad. Yeah. They don't go
and the other thing he's asking the IRS to do is review all the tax statuses of all the schools that either refuse to go back to school.
Jesus.
So that's your private schools. And or that teach things that he deems to be not appropriate to be teaching to the United States. School. Well, what I'm saying is he's trying to control the curriculum now. He's going to deny. He's put a thing in for the IRS to start looking at the curriculum, and if their curriculum is too liberal, he wants to deny their tax status. Now, you don't get much more Hitler than this, folks. Control the education. take away the tax status of schools that you don't believe comply with what you're going to say, which my guess will be all the Jewish and Muslim schools, and leave the Christian schools alone, because he says that these schools, the ones that are liberal in those things, are indoctrinating people. What do you think religious schools do? They indoctrinate you into religion. That's what they're doing to you. And that's okay if you believe in it, and that's fine. But you know, you can't say that it's okay to do this type of indoctrination and it's not okay to do this kind. It's all okay because we live in a society where religion is separate from state. Now, if you don't like it, which I don't necessarily am against it, I think religion schools are fine. But then you recruit people and you do it on your own time and your own dime, not the taxpayers.
Dr. Rhonda Shea, as we discussed this further, she got carried away there.
I did.
It's all good. I liked it. Now, can you say that again a little bit slower, using adjectives and a few more verbs?
A few more adjectives and a few more words? Okay.
Never mind, never mind. She's really good. All right, let's go. That son of a biscuit.
That big orchard.
See?
Oh, we're getting bad here. All right, let's go back to see if we can. Let's get back to this AP News. AP News.
That's too funny.
Anyway, AP Top News. Let's see what we got here. We're trying to get in here to find oddities, but for some reason my computer keeps picking up weird stuff.
Oddities and news.
Yeah.
Well, I think what your computer is picking up is where you were at last night.
How many people got on this today?
I can't tell just yet because I haven't watched.
It's big,
track
I
of it.
think.
Yeah, it is very big because it's our once you can feel the.
Well, pretty much all the conservatives jumped off. They're gone. Okay, let's see. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I am not opposed to conservative values, if that's, and I'll use those together, which is rare, because I believe that the Nationalist Party, which is what's in office now, doesn't have values, but the conservative Republicans did, and so I'm not opposed to that, and I just want to see our old Republicans back and get rid of these guys.
These guys aren't Republicans.
They're nationalists.
A bunch of thugs.
They're nationalists. That's what they're Hitler nationalist type people. That's what they are. Okay, so let's see if we can get back down onto here and find some top news topics. Okay, here we go. This is going to be fun if we ever get back on here. My gosh. Okay. That's kind of gross. I didn't want to watch that. All right, let's see. Here's one. Vanilla Ice indefinitely postpones his Texas concert, and they were complaining about it. Fierce criticism, that he wasn't going to show up there. And look what's happening in Texas.
Yes.
I mean, he was, hello.
Big time.
Yeah, I know, it's bad there. I feel really bad for the people of Texas. They had bad leadership, which is where they ended up where they are, versus good leadership like in New York, and they stopped it.
Oh,
and now it's going crazy in places like Texas and Florida and South Carolina.
Especially.
Oh, and Arizona.
And I was going to call him Bush. What's that guy's name? He went down there.
Oh.
That guy.
The guy, the guy, he who shall not be named, the orange one who shall not be named, went down there. Everywhere, Tulsa, they have a huge spike.
Is he a colored man? He's orange.
He's orange, yeah, that counts. He went, the Tulsa numbers, have you seen those? They went crazy after that rally.
Yes.
That
was
the
so
same
funny
thing in Arizona, the same thing, it's like,
He got
hello.
bombed by all the kids on TikTok.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
Is it?
They just try to play it off and blow it down because they don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, well, I hope it does.
That was so funny. He had an outdoor big venue set up for another 19,000 people.
Nobody came.
And same with the inside. Nobody came to that one either. So I was like.
But the problem is that we've got to, and it's not just, now I will say this, to give fair side to the other side of the issue, is that the protesters that aren't wearing masks and running around are causing just as much problem as the people packed in the arenas for Trump. I mean, between the two sides of this, there's so many idiots involved in both, it's ridiculous. Wear masks, that's all. Wear a mask.
But do you think the mask will stop it?
It will if everybody's wearing one.
How?
Because it'll contain...
What about airborne into the eyes?
Well, first of all, if the mask stops most of it, there's not going to be that much to be airborne, if you're both wearing them. And it shows, they've done research on them, that it's like, I can't remember what the percentage is, so I don't want to quote a false percentage, but it's an absolutely astronomical difference between if you're wearing a mask and if we're both wearing masks and we're talking, then if we're wearing none, and then if one is wearing it, it still does good. but if both are wearing it, it's very, very
Well,
effective.
didn't they come up with vaccines for like the Ebola, for the H1N1, and all these different things? How come they don't just use that for the corona?
It's a different virus.
Why?
Now you sound like Trump.
Well, I was just wondering.
Well, it's a different strain, different
And where
virus.
did it come from?
Well, it's a coronavirus, which is a common virus. But what's happened is that it's mutated. And the coronavirus comes from bats, and then what typically would happen are birds. Most of the flu comes from that. They fly over, like in very condensed countries, they fly over like a pig pen, and then they, through their feces that falls, the pigs eat it and ingest it. That's how we get swine flu. And then we get around the pigs, or we eat that, and then we get it. So that's, it kind of gets transmitted that way.
I want to know another thing. Now, one of the guys that's running for office here in Colorado and Denver, he's for Trump. I found this to be really funny. He put this ad up there that says, "We're going to blame China, hold them accountable."
How do you hold them accountable?
That didn't even make sense.
Well, here's what makes sense. Is
Hold them accountable for what?
Well, here's what happens. When Trump came in, we had 45 people, 45 scientists at the lab in, where is it?
Wuhan.
Wuhan, in the Wuhan lab. We had 45 scientists. Trump cut that down to 3. So we didn't have enough people policing what was going on in that laboratory. So the flu outbroke, they went to get samples of that, where it came from, which they know it comes from certain animals. So they went to bats and they got the samples, they put them in the refrigerators and wherever they store them securely to do the research to try to come up with a vaccine, because they knew it was happening. Then it didn't seal right and it got out. If we would have had 45 scientists there instead of 3, would we have caught that? We might have.
And
We
see,
might
that's
have.
what he did.
Yep.
That's what he caused all these issues.
And would they have been able to lie for as long as they did about it? No.
So bad, isn't it?
So ultimately, part of that blame falls on us. Now, the government of China did not come forward when they should have. There's no question about that. But also, we let down our public and our people and the world by not policing that correctly, because there's a reason we had scientists there, and it's because we can't trust governments that are not open and don't have free press and don't have the things that are important to keep a government honest. And and so without that, and our scientists being withdrawn and the funding being withdrawn from research and from the observation of that laboratory, which was done under the Trump administration, 100%, not anything to do with Obama,
Wow.
we would have had that information. And I believe we would have had a good chance to have had it. We may not have, but I think that you've got a much better chance of having it. And then when we first learned about it, and the reason it's called COVID-19 is it happened in the year 2019. That's how they named them.
Yeah.
So they knew about it in 19. We knew about it at the very beginning in January. It was ignored for 2 months and allowed to grow
And this
by our
leader,
administration. There's no
he was
question about
saying
it.
that it's a hoax.
It's a hoax. It's Bill
Jesus.
Gates kind of put something in some kind of a vaccine that's going to, all that stuff. It's like, give me a break, people. I just can't. I can't buy into the ignorance that is growing every day in this country. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. And since when does somebody like me, an idiot with a communications degree, get to decide, no, I mean seriously, get to decide policy or make up things that disagree with scientists who have years and years of education and training specifically in that field? Listen to the scientists. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to dumb orange Trump. Don't listen to Cory Gardner. Don't listen to our governor. Don't listen to anybody else that says different than the scientists. Listen to the scientists. They have the information. It's not a Republican and Democrat issue. It is an issue about saving each other and having compassion for each other and having love for each other. Brotherly love. Ever heard of it, Christians? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just like up to here with it. But ever heard of this? It's called brotherly love. Everyone runs around and says we're the greatest country in the world and Americans take care of each other. And we're not, because we don't take care of each other, and it's shown by this. We're a selfish nation because people won't put this on and will not, they will not inconvenience themselves for 20 minutes while they're at a grocery store to save somebody that they don't know.
And then they start hacking and coughing all over.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Remember that when you were in, when I was in high school, and I think it was in some psychology class or something, they had a thing that said if you could push this button and you would become a bazillionaire, but you knew that 100 people in the middle of China somewhere that you never know and would never see would die, would you do it?
Me?
Mhm.
Hell no.
So that was one of those questions, those ethic questions I used to ask, remember?
It's 13 questions in ethics, and there's
Yeah.
a book on it. Especially if you go to Regis, they make you read the
Mhm.
13 questions.
That's
in
such a
ethics.
great school.
It is,
Um,
and I loved it. Everybody who goes there is like, that was hard to go through it, but I love it.
It's a great school.
Yes.
I can say nothing but wonderful things about that university. There were some people that worked there I didn't like, but he's gone now. But but the school itself was absolutely wonderful and very big on teaching people to think and to think about what it means to really believe in the gospels of, frankly, of the social justice gospels in the Bible.
That's right.
Which are the most prominent and most important gospels there are. And we don't practice that in this country. We have what I call an American version of Christianity. An American version of Christianity has become something where people think they can pray for cars and they can pray for wealth. And,
I know, and that
and if you
happens.
don't believe the way they do, it's evil. And you know, and all of this other stuff. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe that it was ever intended that if you're going to, you know, sit down and pray
And
for
Regis
something, it
as
should
a-
be about you. It really should be about others.
And Regis, as a Jesuit university, really instilled that into you. So like you said, to make you think. 30 pages is what the minimum of a good paper was.
Mhm.
And if it had all these run-on sentences and double negatives, you better rewrite it. And that's what the Regis University was all about.
It was.
Thinking. Hmm?
It was. And
Critical
I-
thinking, too.
Yeah, it's critical
And I
thinking.
still can't
critical
think right.
thinking. And I was going to say thank you once again. I know the radio feed is over. We played music on the radio side. That was my friend Steve Nail, who is a great music enthusiast and picked some wonderful songs. And we picked it. I had him send me some songs, and then I also picked up a few from his Facebook feed and created a playlist from Steve. So thank you to Steve. And that was great. I'm sure you enjoyed the music. If you didn't have a chance to hear it, I'll post it on my personal Facebook page. And of course, there's no politics on that. That's just music and
Patty and you.
yeah, it's just music and a little bit of fake
Fun
news that
stuff,
should be
yeah.
fake, but it's real. And nothing too radical. Here's the crazy side over here. Anyway, so if you missed it, I'll put it on my page or I'll put it on the WTF page. So we're going to sign off.
Yes.
And we're going to say goodnight and thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you listening and putting up with my rants today because I went crazy, and and being a part of KUHS Denver Stream. Bye bye everybody. I'll catch you in 2 weeks.